you doing?
Howdy. Yeah, just leave your bag there and come back afterwards. There's too many places to go.
Very cool.
We've got space for a couple if you want to come on in.
Alrighty. Oh boy.
We're heading for the wing every day.
Take all the pictures you want. We don't confiscate everything. Just the cameras and iPads.
There you go.
That's how we
So that was pressurized.
The cockpit was pressurized.
Oh, you're good.
The compartment behind the second
Just adjusting
bomb bay was
my size.
pressurized, and this tunnel was how you got between the
That's
two.
okay. So that was a tunnel to get.
31 and a half feet long and 27 and a half inches in diameter. You stall through it.
Alright.
Oh, that'll fit me now.
And there's no lights, but it's not dark as you would think. The light comes into each end. It's all shiny aluminum inside, so it's surprisingly light.
This is all structure for wing.
That's, if you took this out, other than the leading edge not there and the trailing edge there, that is the wing.
That's okay.
And there would be 4 fuel cells that would have been in here. We don't need them. Almost 1,000, well, a little over 1,000 gallons could have been carried in this section. We can carry 5,300 gallons outboard of the fuselage, and that'll get us across the country. The bodies on board can't get across the country because that's 12 hours worth of flying without a body break. So we've got more airplane now. We've got ladders.
How much payload could this take?
How much what?
Payload can this take?
With full fuel, which was close to 8,000 gallons, it could carry a 20,000 pound longboat. We're sitting in about 90,000 pounds. Back in the war, 140,000 pound gross takeoff weight, so another almost half of what we weigh. Well, actually, more than half of what we weigh, on top of what we are now.
So this was essentially the Strato Cruiser, and they just added.
Now the Strato Cruiser is the figure 8, the double hull.
So they came
but
down
it's the
here.
same wing and same tail. So after the war, they built the Strato Cruiser, and they just used the B-29 wing.
Same engines.
Same engines initially. Then they upgraded those engines. They became the more reliable variant of the Wright 3350.
And originally they were 28 cylinders.
These were originally 18 cylinders, 2 rows of 9, Wright 3350s. So they're still Wright 3350s, but we call it a hybrid. We've combined all the necessary parts to fit on a B-29 with all the most modern parts that gave it long life. Because they went into airline service, Constellation, DC-6 and 7, and others, and had very long TBOs. We may get 2,000-hour TBOs. That might be 20 years before we change engines. Back in the war, 75 to 150 hours. That was a good engine. They would catch fire and
6
burn.
to 10 missions.
Yeah. And they were changing cylinders every other mission. They were changing the top 5 to 7
So that was
cylinders.
the same as in the Connies after the war?
When the PRTs were put on the Connies, they had shortened their life a little, but they still, the Connies had long. They were getting 1,000, 1,500 hours on an engine. Because they couldn't afford to be changing engines all the time in commercial service.
Lots of some of their service did it one B1. Carried the Connie engines and put it around the 27 airports between London and Sydney.
Yeah. So they had one where they could always move around. But every B-29 that left the factory left with 5 engines, 4 on the wing and 1 in the bomb bay. And they almost all used that engine before they got to the Pacific.
Seriously.
So yeah. The Dodge plant built 5 engines for every B-29, and that was just the Dodge plant. The Wright plant built another 12,000, 4 for every airplane, or 3 for every airplane. Also, head on up. If you put a foot through the hatch and then your body, it'll keep you off your face.
Well, the 727. They crawl through that, or was there like 727? Well, they'd crawl through here. Later model B-36 bomber, it had a tube here also, and it had a trolley system.
Bet you have fun in this, don't you?
So where did you get that?
CAF, one of the individuals.
DC-6 or something?
There'd be a turret here, and there'd be a turret here, and then there'd be 2 gun turrets in the back also.
Would you be able to see? Oh, so they would stick down here.
They weren't manned, they were all controlled by the guy that was sitting like a Navy hatch.
How did you get around it?
Well, you're looking at of course that seat was much smaller at that time.
Okay. I never thought of that.
You don't have to worry about
Kind of shimmy around it.
area.
Oh, you gonna make it?
I think so.
have to deal with your props and
Electric props.
Well, electric control, automatic. So this was that, but electric control.
Gun turret here.
Everything on this airplane is electric except for the brakes. That's the only thing that's hydraulic. So right there.
I know, it's when I saw how small the hydraulic
Yeah, this is
reservoir
the
was.
hydraulic reservoir. And then underneath the floor, when you step through, there's an accumulator. You can also see an accumulator right back here. Because you have a primary main brake system, and then you have a secondary. So you can flip it back and forth.
This is a crank for hand starting?
Nope. Emergency gear extension.
Gear extension.
Yeah. All right. Take that out, fold this down, drop it down, bend that handle, and you crank the gear down. And if you really want to exercise, you go break the main down. It takes like 368 turns.
Not like, exactly. Thank you.
And that's only one side. Then you got to go to the other side and crank it down.
That's great. Well, I love an engineer's panel. Beautiful. Chip detectors, yeah.
Yeah, they've given us a lot of problems. It's always
But too sensitive?
been false indications.
Thank you.
You bet.
You want to go first?
No, go for it.
How are we doing?
Black Ops!
Yep.
Uh-oh. Someone's trying to beat me. What's this about? I'm getting beat.
Keeper? Ooh. And you know it was the 90s.
Look up! I'm looking up.
Wow.
They had no control. These were all the turrets.
Where? Okay. That's a big panel.
What's a big panel?
Yeah, this one. That's in Decker. B1 has it.
Hey man, I can't even spell. Giving tours. You guys flying?
He does.
I do, sir.
Pressurized? Not very well. Original plane was.
Right, yeah, but you don't. Oh, I hear him now. I think Phoebe's coming over.
Oh.
Phoebe's around somewhere. I hear her. I see her, but she's here.
So you get to fly on this quite a bit.
Huh?
You get to fly on this quite a bit, huh?
Well, it's kind of a mandatory position, so one or two of us, we take both of us along right now. But besides that, I'm chief of maintenance and crew chief, and going to. They want me to get pilot also, the pilot time. So
There you go, Bob.
That's great. Good for you. Yeah. You're hoping, huh? Oh, no, I'm getting tired. So how do you understand? So you two have to work in unison.
it's really not that much. I mean, they just make the calls. If they say manifold pressure 3-0, you set 3-0.
Okay.
And they'll try to work it up a little bit. They set max power, and they'll say climb 1. You've got some specific numbers. So all I say is climb 1. You bring it back to 40, 24. And they say climb 2 is 35, 23.
Okay.
Cruise a lot of times is 2030. So we just do that. And then you set your mixtures, afterwards and all that kind of stuff.
So you either set the cowl flaps, or do they have?
You got cowl flap controls here. You got oil cooler controls here. So and try to keep everything within the operating range.
God bless. This is great.
Magnetos.
Oh, excellent. What is the red? Is that fire
Down here,
suppressant?
Fire detection, fire discharge.
Okay. What does it have on board? Like
We got halon.
Oh, you do.
Kind of upgraded that a little bit.
What did they have back in?
No, they didn't have those.
They didn't have anything back
Well,
then.
they had some, a version of it, but it was
Didn't work.
and stuff, but not halon.
So you were kind of looking for a way out pretty quickly, huh?
Well, you just there's certain things you can't. You got to go modernization on.
Oh, yes.
Like the radios,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think they had Garmin's and B-29s back in the 40s.
They love that.
You don't even see the fact that we've we've got the 650s up on the panel.
Oh, yes?
And then
Yeah.
on the side, we got some 796s also.
Yes.
Flipped in some 796s.
Thank you, sir.